I just got this interesting new book from big bookstore in Saskatoon. Willful Blindness. That's the name of the book, Willful Blindness. Yep. And it's Sam Cooper. Sam Cooper is the author. Started reading this book, and I thought, something's not making sense. Something's fucked right up. Like, okay. Someone fucking, okay, so I'm having a little bit of fucking issues with this fucking, how would you say it? I'm not calling it leftist. Do not say I'm calling this is not a leftist movement. It is a liberal democratic movement. Hence the word liberal Democrats. So the reason sometimes I refer to the liberal Democrats as lefties, because, okay, wait, most of you, maybe no one went and looked at my other videos, but if you looked at my other videos, I have an outdoor services business. Someone has weeds and a little bit of extra cash to get rid of them, they phone me up. I go kill their weeds. If they have some lawn, maybe some people have lawns they want it mowed. And maybe I could even spray if I can get my spray tickets. It's $1,200 to get a certification in the flatlands to use a backpack sprayer. Yup, $1,230 some. 4-day course. So technically I don't do I don't do spraying. If I'm spraying, when people see me spraying, it's not fucking herbicides and pesticides. I'm spraying on some fertilizer. That's all I'm spraying. It's liquid fertilizer. I don't have certifications for other stuff yet. I've got my books. Studying too, but I got this book I ordered it, Willful Blindness from Sam Cooper. I ordered it here a month ago. And then I had to wait because I couldn't afford to go and buy it. I paid for it. It's $30. Wait, no, it's not. This book costs, I'll show you. It's not bad. $28.95. Head over to the old, do a little shout out for old McNally Robinson. That was pretty. I ordered some for my kids, but then all this tariff shit, a bunch of my customers put us on hold, so I might not have extra money. And the young guy at McNally there, holy, what a good, I liked him. And he said, don't worry if you can take them all. He says, do you want to just put them all back on hold? I said, oh, no. No, I said, but if I could maybe put one on hold because my son might want it. He says, oh, sure. So if someone wants to buy Sam Cooper's book called Willful Blindness, there's two in Saskatoon at McNally Robinson. And I would highly recommend, I couldn't do it, I can't partake, but if you can find an extra $25, have lunch, or they got a restaurant there. Oh, it smelled good, but I couldn't stay. I had to go. I was doing I couldn't. I'm on a spending freeze. I couldn't even go buy a muffin. So I started reading this book. Got me back to thinking about when I was out of jail. A couple times I was out of jail, and I was doing better. I got a little bit of thing. I got some money and I got a computer. And I had a cell phone, so I was online looking at work for work because, well, everyone at Pike Lake, they hate me. So I had to found this fucking up north in BC somewhere. I can't remember where that fucking town. It's a place though. I should look it up. Where is that fucking place? I'll look that up. I went up north, northern BC. Northern BC. On this mission, there was an outfit up there, 10,000 acre outfit up there. They needed a professional grain farmer. And I lost the fucking neighbors stole all my equipment. I had my fucking balers and swathers and all my shit. This fucking neighbor kid stole that shit. So, I lost all my leases and I had not, so I fucking called this guy up. Oh, fuck, he says. Yeah, you'd be fucking good up here. He's a Chinese guy, but he can speak some English. Oh, you'd be very good. You could be very good here. I said, the fuck are you? What are you? He says, well, he didn't really. He wasn't born in Canada. He learned English while he was here. It was a tycoon in Vancouver. Had bought 10,000 acres up north in northern BC. So I had a diesel Jetta. So I figured I'll go up there and I will see if they can. They had dozers. They had dozers and excavators, and they were breaking this ground up. They'd run this fucking. They hired this kid to run this ranch. These Chinese guys, and the fucking guy he fucking run the ranch right into the ground. They had 6,000 acres of pasture and 4,000 acres of hay, and they killed the fucking grass from overgrazing it. So then they started running. The fucking kid solution to that was to fucking, oh, no problem. We'll figure something out. Let's do this. We'll start buying hay. We quit making hay for ourselves, and we'll just we'll buy hay. So they run the cows on the whole 10,000 acres, killed the rest of the hay land. Fuck, it was a long way up there. I was in BC. I went past Grand Prairie. I was up there only for about a week. Dawson Creek. It was just north of Dawson Creek, not far into BC. It hardly even counts. But I went to Dawson Creek and then, they gave me their own fort. I was up in the rocks and I got directions to go to Dawson Creek and call them. So he gives me these little directions. It's 20 miles up this rock road north of Dawson Creek to this 10,000 acre ranch. And my poor little Jetta, like the small gravel on that fucking road was 4-inch fucking rock. They're putting 12, 14-inch rock right in the road, right on top. And my poor little car, I was going like 20K. And I fucking finally seen this the ranch had two mobile. This 10,000 acre ranch had two fucking, I don't know what I want to call them. I guess one was a trailer, like a mobile home, and the other one was like a shack. New shack. And he had some chickens I didn't know. I thought it was all some big fucking scam. So I was up there, and they started working this land up. Because it wasn't making no hay. And it wasn't the hay is killed. They're selling the cows now. They're going grain farming. They figured, you know what? The young guy came up with the idea, you know what? We shouldn't have ever been running cows up here. It should have been grain farmed the whole fucking time. So they got a dozer, an excavator, two dozers, a big 8 and a 6. And a 220 John Deere excavator and they started cleaning it to make fucking Greenland, and they wanted someone to, they had 4,000, maybe 5,000 broke to seed in the spring. So they had a Ford tractor, a T model, on a really, the thing about what they had that I fucking was really good was a disc, an easy on disc. No, not easy on. Kello built makes a disc that's got independent lift and lower on the splits. Like it's a tandem. It's an offset disc, but it's split in the middle. You can lift up one side and lower the other at the same time. It's fucking, when you turn, you don't even make her fucking, it's beautiful. I told Tyson, fucking northern farmer there, get one. Because he's always up. He's up there. He's close to there. I went past his place. And he's got that big discing thing going. And you get not easy on. Kello built. Breaking discs in there. They had me on this thing. I went to the tractor the first morning. I went a day early to show up. Oh, he was fucking pissed. You weren't supposed to. He didn't have my fuck. So I was stuck. Anyways, the Chinese man that hired me could barely speak English, and the owner couldn't speak a word of English. So I thought, well, that's not pretty fucking weird. The young guy, he's a local, he's an idiot. Well, you take a 10,000 acre ranch and run it right into the ground and won't run a fucking cow no more. And this fucking clown is still, I'm supposed to still be listening to this stupid little fucking cunt. Well, I'm sorry, pardon the expression, asshole, not. So he was just, I was soured off right off the bat. I was grumpy. They put me in this tractor. I went to the tractor. I checked the oil. It wasn't even on the stick. Not shitting you. I said, when did you guys service this tractor last? He says, this Chinese guy, my boss takes me to the field. They don't give me a vehicle to take to the field. Like every other farmer I worked on, they would never leave you in the field without a vehicle. Not one. I worked for all kinds of farmers, big farmers, little farmers, in between farmers, and the farmers I work for, policy number one is fucking this. If you don't have a vehicle to take to the field, let us know, because we will put a vehicle in that field for you. It's a safety issue. We do not want you in the field without that. Something happens, we want you to be able to get the fuck out of Dodge or somewhere. That's it. This Chinese guy drops me off. So I'm thinking, oh fuck, I got my lunch and my coffee, no matter. No smoking in this tractor. They told me this after. I get up there, sitting in my room, I fucking light up a smoke. My room is full of mice. There's mice everywhere in this brand new mobile home, and it's fucking, you're sitting eating, and there's mice going everywhere. So, takes me to the field the next day. 8 o'clock. Can't start at fucking daylight. We gotta wait till 8. Yeah, we don't go till 8. And we can't be at the field at 8. No, we get in the field, head for the field at 8. So I'm up at fucking 5:30. It was September. It was fucking go time at 6. I'm waiting till 8. We go. He's gonna drop me off. He says, where's my fucking truck? He says, and the road, I would never get there with my car. They're supposed to be seeding this, and they can barely get in here with half tons to get fuel in. They can't go through the roads. They go cross country with the disc. Moving from field to field, it's just zero access. So these Chinese guys are up here, and I'm supposed to grain farm this shit. They're discing it. They had it mulched. They had a guy come in and mulch these acres, thousands of acres, and then they were going to disc them and seed them. They didn't have a bin on the yard. They didn't have an air seeder. They didn't have a sprayer. They didn't have a seeder, a sprayer, a bin. They didn't have a fucking semi to haul or a tandem to haul grain or anything. They had no seed, no fertilizer. They were planting in the spring. They were planting this shit in the spring. So I'm thinking, well, this is going to be fucking interesting. Okay, well, I'm going with the flow. Because all I'm thinking is, fuck, I get this field work done. I'm on that dozer all winter. They had a fairly new D8 and a fairly new D6. I didn't even fucking care which one they stuck me on. So first day, I didn't go to the field. First day, he says, can you run an excavator? I says, yes, he takes me, they got this fucking 35 acre beaver pond. and like fully grown 8-10 inch poplar trees peeled. The beaver chewed an entire tree off, and Bart chewed it and left it, and literally 4 feet deep of this stuff around the edge. And the boss wants that to be a golf course around the house. It was supposed to be long term. It was going to be a golf course. It was a golf course development around the two traders. So it had this pond, and he wanted it dug out deeper. So he sends me in there. He can't speak English good enough to even tell me how he wants this, what he wants done in this beaver pond. So I'm down there. He says he wants it dug deeper, which I thought, oh, that makes sense. They're going to drop a suction in. You know, they want to throw it in a real deep spot, and then not have to, fiddly fuck around with it if they irrigate in the summer for the golf course. So I'm in here with this 220 John Deere, and the thumb don't work, but it's got a thumb, but it don't work. So it's in the way. I'm digging and digging and digging, and it's like right on the edge of it was soft and soggy down there. Surrounded by fucking beaver pond, big fucking trees that it would have taken 4 days to clean the trees up. And he wants me to dig it deeper, but then I looked at his map after, and just really all he wanted me to do was rake up all of that poplar into a pile to burn, that beaver chewed trees. Communication was literally zero up there. So, well, I'm out there digging, having a good time. Like this little John Deere 220 is not little. It doesn't nice. It was work good except for the thumb. So I figured, well, I'll just dig this deeper. I'll go to the edge and dig deep. So I'm digging, and I dug 6-8 feet out, made a pile of muck. And I'm noticing this fucking excavator is sinking. So I dig 3, 4, 5 buckets, and I move back and move over and on fresh ground and dig. And I dig, and all of a sudden I drop through. I'm right to the belly. And I thought I was to the bottom of the stick. I was to the bottom as far as I could dig. 15, 20 feet maybe. And, well, fuck, I call for the dozer. I could see the dozer. It was about a half a mile away or somewhere sitting. I could see him. I said, do I need help getting out? Do I just get the dozer myself, or do I have to get someone to come help me? Johnny's the name of the boss there, Chinese. He gets the young guy to come. And in his defense, young guy that was the boss actually that run the place into the ground, he looked at my fucking situation. I said, you need to bring a dozer. He comes to look. And he fucking jumps in that 220, this young guy. And I should actually, all of the shit I said about him badly, I should really take it all back, because this fucking was something I learned. And I'd sunk into the fucking slop right to the belly. He jumped in, spun this excavator out over the pond, dropped down, felt for bottom. He found this bottom where it was solid, where he had some stick, a couple 3 feet of stick. He found a deep spot I missed, or a shallow spot. I missed it. Found that, and he fucking lifts the stick, turns around, cleans out. Somehow he got the thumb. He could make the thumb work. He didn't show me how it worked. He got it cleaned out around his tracks and dug himself a nice fucking flat area behind himself. And honest to fucking God, he fucking cleaned out behind himself, turned around, stuck that stick in the bottom of that fucking pond, and just popped himself up out of there, popped out like a fucking cork. Just like a cork, like a bottle fucking with a cork. Throw out in the water and it pops up. He popped that excavator out of there just on the stick. We didn't need the dozer or nothing. So anyways, I think it was about quitting time. And anyways, so we pulled the pin, and the next day they took me to the Ford. And it had oil in it. It was only a liter off the stick. So we put 4 in it, and I looked at the filters, and there was no rating on the filters to say when it was serviced last. So I asked Johnny, when's this been serviced? Oh, he says, we never serviced it. I said, well, how long have you had it? Oh, a year and a half. We got it like the year before in about August or July. And they put 780 hours on it. Almost a ton. And they hadn't serviced it. And this thing was a fucking pigsty. No smoking in the tractor. It's their fucking policy, the Chinese, no smoking in the tractor. So anyways, I fucking ran this thing one day and the stuff was like, I fucked it up right away. Like, they hated me the first fucking day because it wasn't their first little rodeo. And I didn't know what they planned for a cedar, but there was the roots and shit. I worked up land before. All my land at Pike Lake, 1,200 acres, I worked it up. Little bush. Fuck, I know what it's like. So I knew that a lot of the stuff needed a second pass. He says, do it once and phone me. So I did it 3 times. And he showed, it was like a 15-acre field the first place. Fuck, I did her once. It would look not bad. So I did her at a different angle. Some of it looked ready to fucking seed. Like a kettlebell disc. It was not fucked up. It was flat. All the gangs were flat. Like they'd run it on the rocks. Like there was rocks the size of my Jetta. And they had no rock picking program. This is what I got all, really, when I found out what they're doing out there, I got super fucking sour. Because they had no rock picker. They had no rock picker, no rock rake, no rock fucking nothing. They're disking over the rocks and pushing them into the ground. And then the plan is to seed this shit. So at that point, I realized this is not for me. I punched the fucking exit button. And I developed an exit strategy. And that's what they were doing. They had big rocks. Like we're not talking about fucking, 4, 5, 6 inch stuff that go between the runs. We're talking 3, fucking 4 foot stuff. And I'm going around them and they're saying, why are you going around those? Well, one night, I think maybe 3, day 4 into the program, somebody showed up hunting. And I thought, fuck's sakes, these goddamn cocksuckers wouldn't even let a guy know that a guy could hunt. Maybe I didn't even have my pal. I think, actually, when I got out of jail, I had no pal. They took my guns. I had to wait 2 years to get my pal again. And if I checked my records really close, I think I didn't even have my pal. But the guy, any buddies from the owner's buddies, come up there to hunt. And these 2 clowns, I seen these fucking clowns roaring around, and fuck, I couldn't figure out what the fuck they're up to, and they're supposed to be hunting. Anyway, so they hunted they were there for, I think maybe the second day I got there, they showed up, but then the third night they came over to the fucking, what I call the house, but it was like a mouse-filled, fucking infested mobile home. They came over there to talk to the boss there, Johnny. And they spoke Mandarin, these 2 fucks. And they're Canadians. Like, they're literally fucking Canadians. They got Chinese ties, these 2 fucks, and they speak Mandarin, and they're speaking English and Mandarin, and half the time, so I just went in, and I didn't feel like these guys were fucked. Like, they were, sometimes you see a fucking person that's completely fucking toxic. It's like a workplace or a person or say that fucking you go fishing and the ice is only 4 inches. You don't go, you turn around, go back home, wait another month or 3. You just go. I just went to my room. But the fucking piece of shit, the fucking walls were so thin, I heard every fucking thing. I'm trying to Google my exit strategy on Kijiji to get the fuck out of Dodge, and they're talking about things Chinese and Chinese-Canadian relations. And the long fucking story short was, these Chinese tycoons, like that 2,000 acre, or it's 10,000 acres up at Dawson Creek, north about 18, 16, 20 miles maybe. That land ain't fucking cheap. That land's are $2-3 grand an acre. So to crack out 10 grand, or to buy 10,000 acres of that shit, and all the cows, there was a pile of fucking cows. I think they had 900 or 1,100 cows calving. Those all got sold, and those cost money. So how many millions did this fucking Chinese cocksucking, dirty, rotten bastard of a Chinese tycoon, what did he spend up there? And like, the fucking money, like they're just, they wouldn't even pay me. I told them, oh wait, why did they fire me? I can't remember if I left or they fired me. But it wasn't working out. Like they had a baler. He said, you come make the first day, I got there early. So he figured, you know what, I'll give this guy a project. And they had a 568 John Deere out behind the trailers, parked. He says, we need this fixed, you fix this. They had a shop somewhere. We drove by it. They had a Quonset and a tractor and some shit. So this baler was sitting here. So I went out there, and there was like I think the bands are every 4 inches on a baler, and this is a wide baler. I said 5.68 maybe, or at least a 5.67. So it's 7 foot wide pickup. So how many bands on there? 28 at one every 4 inches. There may be 4 more. I think maybe 3 inches of, I don't know. There was 4 bands remaining on that baler. 4. The rest of them, the outside ones were, I think the second one in on one side was there, and then there was one in the middle, and on the other side there was like 2 somewhere. There was 4 bands left. The fucking pickup was completely plugged with twine. Like they were bale grazing in the hayfields or something, and they went and cut them and baled them. The Hudrites told me that can happen. They took some hayland on the Hudrites, someone that I know. 3/4 it was bale grazed, and they thought they'd hay it. It was a bad idea. This I'm sure there was so much twine. I don't know how. The only way you could get that much twine in a baler is to, the pickup was completely fucking plugged. Literally, there was like maybe 15% of the teeth were there. There wasn't one tooth on it wasn't broken. Like a tooth has 2 tines. Every tooth on it there was only one, but it was. So that was how they rolled. They just were had no fucking clue whatsoever. And so I told him it's going to be like, 3,700. Because I had a 535 and I bought mega teeth for it. Neighbor stole my 535. It was a 530. It wasn't a 535. It was a 530, but it had all the 535 upgrades. All of them. It had twin tie, it had auto tie, it had fucking everything. So like a 535, they stole it. This baler was completely fucking destroyed at Dawson Creek. Just junk. Like it was fucking, you wouldn't believe it. So then the next day I got the excavator stuck, and then on the third day I cultivated. And I had to have a couple smokes in the fucking. I smoke a doobie. I had my medical cannabis card. I didn't tell these guys. I didn't think they'd be fucking watching me like a hawk. And I'm not a guy that wants to just get out and stop and have a smoke in my doobie. I fucking open the door, kick the old door open, and go. Light it up. So I was doing it, and I fucking did this field 3 times. Like it needed at least twice, and I said, it's like a 15 acre, I'll do it fucking again. So I hit her again, and and by then it was floating over and gobbing. I had to leave. I phoned him. I think it was maybe 2 o'clock. I was done it the first time at like 9:30. So I hit her twice more, and comes out there and he looks at it, and he didn't even know. Johnny didn't know that I worked it 3 times. He thought I just worked it the once. That's how fucking zero knowledge these Chinese fucking cunts have. That he didn't even know I fucking dissed this field 3 times. So he takes me to this 300-acre piece. And that's where I experienced the rocks that afternoon. I went around them and, no, you can't go around the rocks. You got to go over the rocks. So I left on bad terms, but Johnny gave me a check at a discounted rate. We left on, I just pulled I said I won't be able to do this job and I need to get back home and make another plan. And he says, okay, he hated me anyway. And he's a fucking young guy that he fucking hated me too. I said, I'm not running this tractor not serviced. I said, fuck that. When are we getting, I said, are you going to go get fucking filters today then so we can service it tonight? When I shut down, we'll drain oil and service it? Oh, no, we'll do that. We'll do it in the winter. Like just, anyways. When the fucking hunting buddies that spoke Mandarin and Johnny were in the kitchen and chatting away, they discussing why what the fuck's the long-term plan is. And the reason that Johnny's Chinese tycoon boss in Vancouver doesn't understand English is because the Chinese tycoons have no interest in English. They intend to have the Americans learn Cantonese, Mandarin. They learn our language. We don't learn their language. Americans learn Mandarin. That is the reason why the Chinese are here. And I'm reading this interesting. Well, I haven't made it through very far. I only got a couple. I'm on page here. I lost my bookmark out of this part. Oh, that receipt. That was my bookmark. I lost it. I'm reading this book here. It's not really. You probably, because I'm not changing my camera because I'm got you guys all on the. I got you on the. I got you zoomed in on my pigeon there. Willful Blindness, Sam Cooper. Sam Cooper. Yeah, him. This book's got full of the Chinese influence. And the pissy part of the fucking conversation I want to have with YouTube here is our glorious liberal Democrats have crashed our GDP and have gaslit us. They're making the general public of Canada responsible for the liberal Democrats have completely pillaged the Canadian economy, Canadian culture. There's 3 pillars they've crushed. There's 3 pillars, and it's in his book, Sam Cooper. They got them all. Cultural, societal, economic. The Chinese own Canada. And my 4 children are trying to compete with Chinese tycoons for real estate. And they didn't know when they went to their jobs that they were going to be competing with Chinese tycoons, who the British Columbia Lottery Association condone. Up front and personal, David Eby is condoning all Chinese whales come to BC and launder your crime cash. Well, launder our drug money crime cash. Come here, deposit cash from China here. We go with our drug money, deposit that cash into the same bank. You go to that bank and you withdraw, like Sam Cooper said, duffel bag, hockey bag full of 20s to a casino, buy chips, and have a good time playing Baccarat. I wish someone would tell me what is Baccarat. I don't do Baccarat. That's what they do. 100,000 a bet to watch this crime cache. I have only read 8-9 pages of this book. Got me thinking about my experience up north and with the northern British Columbia Chinese tycoon. He owns 10,000 acres up there. And I assumed it was crime cash, because if you're in China and you're leaving China with cash, you have paid your bribes. You are connected, either you've paid bribes or you're already at the fucking top. And you're using bribe money to do your fucking global shenanigans. So I only have 4 subscribers. Once I got, you look on my fucking thing there, I got like, 700-800 views, I think, once. See, I got 500 views plus on 3 videos. So I'm sure no one's gonna fucking, but if someone, I'm gonna start doing readings out of Sam Cooper's book. I'm gonna do a short reading, maybe a 15-minute daily until April 15th. And see, just because if someone wants one, there's one site right in Saskatoon. You can order them. I don't do Amazon. I'm not talking Amazon today. I'm just talking about this Chinese connection. Because Pierre Jr. is mentioned, and there's apparently, I haven't read that far in the book, but Pierre Jr. was on a first-name basis with the Chinese tycoons in Vancouver. He's at their meetings, and they're at his meetings, and they're all fucking on a first-name basis, these Chinese tycoons. So, I'm just saying, you know what, if you're, like, my kids are so fucking disgruntled that everything's been co-opted, the whole entire Canadian economy is foreign-owned, and, like, why would you fuck? And then they're blaming us because everyone's not motivated to go up gung-ho, pay 60% of your fucking income to taxes, try to live on 40% of your income, and Heidi-Hody will go off to work and then become a journeyman, say you're a journeyman pipe fitter like my sons. And you're part of your contract when you become take on an apprenticeship, when you sign up as an apprenticeship, it takes a week for pipe fitting. And then it takes maybe a month or 2 to get called out for your first call out. And you sign a piece of paper saying that once you achieve journeyman status, you will absolutely do everything within your power to assist your apprentice co-workers in becoming competent in the trade. It says that. You sign that shit. That's why you're getting J rate and it's lots of money. It's a fucking agreement that you make, and that's what when the halls make their agreements with the big fucking and get their rate set, that's part of the agreement. We have